do some editing on the picture. So if you go to filter and liquify. So in order to get like the outer particles, we're gonna have to make a copy of the image here, and kind of have to like drag his image a little, or drag the photograph a little bit to the side. So it's gonna look a little weird, but we're gonna drag his head a little bit over to the other side. So now the reason why we're doing this is because you know, if you look at the examples of the dispersion effects, basically what's happening is one of the photos that we're using, this is the photo that we're liquefying. There's one photo where it's being stretched out to the side here. So like this photo is being stretched to the right side. This one's, you know, to the left side. This one's kind of like outward. But you're gonna have to stretch the photo in like a certain direction for your effect. So, and then you want to think about like the way you want to disperse it. So I'm actually gonna disperse it a little bit evenly on this. And you know, it's gonna look a little wonky, but it'll make sense though once I'm done with this. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. So you can click OK. Now it's not gonna show up because we hid the picture from. We used the hide all. So you know, if you were to color all black, that's gonna hide it all. And this one's gonna be the inner part, which is the reveal all. All right. So next step is you're gonna download some brushes off of the internet, or not the internet, on Classroom. It's gonna be the dispersion brushes. So you have a couple different brushes to use. You have like a splatter, bird, smoke, shower glass, and particle brush. So let me just show you how you're gonna load up your brushes. You're gonna go to click on your brush tool, and just make sure to click on your layer mask. And I would start with the inner dispersion just because that's the easiest one to start with. And you want to go to click on this screw here, or this cog, and go to load brushes. And wherever you download the brushes, more than likely will be in your downloads folder. But you know, it's gonna be on my desktop just because that's where I saved it. Click on dispersion brush, and then you can click on the different brushes. So I would just click on it just to see what it looks like. So this one's the smoke brush. So if you go all the way to the bottom, this is where your brush is going to load. But these are like a lot of different smoke effects that you can get. And then again, just remember to resize your brushes because you know, it's going to be higher res brush. But you know, so you change to the brush, change to black, make sure you're on the inner dispersion, and change your opacity to 100. So it's real important to change those things, but you know, basically use the brush. It's going to create kind of like a smoky effect when you change it and resize it. Another thing you can do too to you know, kind of play around with the brushes more is you go to Windows, Brush, and you more than likely might want to keep this window open. But you know, if you click on this and drag it, you can actually change the angle where the brush is going. So you know, like this angle that I originally had is kind of going up and down. That may not be like the most effective brush to use. I might want to flip it this way, and I have it more going in this direction, as you know, I want to actually have the smoke go in this direction. So you know, you can click on it. If you click on multiple times, it'll get darker. But basically, this is going to allow you to erase it. Also, you know, just change up the brushes once in a while, and you know, rotate it. You know, I actually might want to rotate it the other way. I kind of like the way that looks. You know, you're just gonna use that to, you know, basically, you know, erase part of the picture here. So I find the most effective way of doing this is, you know, at least erasing like half of the portrait or like 3/4 of it, and then you can kind of like reveal the rest of it. Like, you know, I'm just gonna go around, just, you know, vary the brushes, the sizes. You know, you don't want to use like the same brush the whole time because it's gonna be like, oh, I'm just using the same brush. You know, just, you know, try to mix it up so, you know, it looks a little bit natural. You know, sometimes it's nice to just do like a really big one and just plop right there. That's good. So, you know, if you don't like how it erased, you can always go to the, you know, the white. So I'm just gonna use that flipper and go to the white, and this will bring back the picture if needed. So you can, you know, kind of go back and forth with the brushes. You know, if I lost too much of my face, I can kind of bring it back a little bit. And you know, you might want to bring it back and forth a little bit just so it looks a little bit more natural. So I think this is pretty good, but you know, I could take my time more with it. But okay, so that's the inner dispersion. Now you will flip to the outer dispersion. So you know, click on the black box, and then I would basically do the same thing. So I'm actually going to flip this brush here, and you know, I'm gonna pick a different one. That's pretty good. Yeah, and then I'm going to have this go this way. I'm going to flip it around, change the size, and you know, this is going to allow me to, you know, go a little bit more outward with my smoke effects. So you know, I'm really trying to just like think about like the angles and where it's going to go to make it look really interesting. But again, you know, I've been doing this a couple of times, so you know, I'm actually pretty comfortable with doing this now. You know, don't feel bad though if it doesn't look good. You can always keep working on it. And then one thing you want to be really careful of, you know, if you look at it now, I can actually see like the really warped out glasses that I drew out. So, you know, you might want to. I'm gonna flip it back to black. So this is like the opposite now. If I click on black, or it's gonna erase it now. So, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. It's on the mask mode now. Huh. Oh, I think I turned it red by accident. It looks kind of cool though, but I didn't want to do that. Oh, okay. It got on the mask mode for some reason. Alright, but going back to what I was doing though, you know, I might actually want to erase some of this, the picture. So, yeah, the black will kind of erase it again. So you kind of want to go like back and forth until you get like the effect that you want. So now I might just change up the size. Oh, yeah, you use the bracket keys though; it makes it a lot easier. And I'm just gonna add a little bit more to it. And it's really hard to hide that that eye of those glasses, especially since you understand how it works. It's like, you know, now you don't want it to look so obvious that you put those things there, but you know, it is hard though. So, oh, I want to flip it the other way. You know, I might just erase that part completely. But you know, you kind of get the idea though. You just have to keep playing around with it until you get it the way that you look. Oh, I kind of think it's kind of interesting. You flip it the other way. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. I mean, you know, you can spend like a lot of time with it. Let me erase that eyeball there. That makes it look too obvious. You know, you kind of get the idea though.